Look, I really want people to be safe on Uber, but can't people just admit that there is a certain level of responsibility that they must adhere to if they are going to use the service safely? Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and yeah, we got to talk about this touchy subject again because, you know, ever since that woman got into a car that she thought was her Uber and ended up, you know, not doing so well in the long run, there have been a lot of comments, a lot of pointless bills introduced, and now the ultimate: women who are suing Uber for not warning of sexual assaults by fake drivers. Oh geez. You know what? What's next? Are we going to be suing 7-Eleven because the company didn't issue a press release saying, oh, by the way, our store might get robbed, and if you're in the store at the wrong time, you might get shot? No, things happen, folks. It's not, the company doesn't want, you think Uber wants this? I mean, granted, I am very critical about how they respond to all of this. They have not responded well at all. But they don't want this to happen, and we need to stop acting like they want it. Well, let's read this a little bit to find out what exactly is going on. 3 women in California who say they were raped by men posing as Uber drivers have filed a lawsuit against the company claiming they were not warned about fake rideshare drivers targeting women leaving bars and nightclubs in the Los Angeles area. I'll bet. The suit was filed Friday in Los Angeles County Superior Court and accuses Uber Technology Inc. of negligence. According to the suit, Uber was told by authorities in Los Angeles that fake drivers were luring inebriated women into their cars and then sexually assaulting them. Uber was made aware of the alleged assaults as early as 2016, the suit alleges. Quote, the unwitting public, and in particular women looking for a safe ride home, have been lulled into believing that the Uber app summons a safe means of transportation. Instead, once the Uber app, sorry, my nose itches, has been engaged, single female passengers leaving crowded nightclub, bar, restaurant locations become vulnerable to the fake Uber scheme. Oh geez, are they listening to themselves? It's in the name. It's an Uber scheme. It's not something Uber themselves are doing. It means someone sees what Uber's doing, kind of scoops out the situations like, yeah, you know, we can take advantage of that. And they take advantage of the situation. That is not Uber's fault. I'm actually even going to tell you why. And I mean, we've kind of talked about before, so this might be like, how should we say, reviewing for the quiz, if you will, by most of my viewers. But, you know, we're going to discuss anyway. The women hailed a driver through the Uber app and instead got into the wrong vehicle of a man perpetrating to be a driver. 2 of the women, identified as Jane Doe 1, a resident of Culver City, and Jane Doe 3, a resident of Van Nuys, were allegedly, by the same man posing as an Uber driver, according to the lawsuit. Now, that, again, that's really bad. That they might have a case against, but not the way they're wording it. Jane Doe 1's assault happened in June 2017, and Jane Doe 3's in February 2018. Yeah, that's bad. Both women had left the same West Hollywood club when they were lured into the car they believe with their Uber ride, the suit states. Jane Doe 2 of Alhambra was abducted by a man in December 2017 after leaving a club in Los Angeles, according to the suit. Uber said in a statement Tuesday that it has been working with law enforcement for several years on how passengers can protect themselves against fake drivers. Quote, in 2017, we launched a national campaign to remind riders to make sure they get in the right car by checking the information, like the license plate and the car make and model shown in the app, an Uber spokesperson said. These important reminders have been part of our safety tips, and our law enforcement team regularly discusses the issue with agencies across the country. Yeah. The lawsuit claims that 6 weeks before Jane Doe was attacked, Uber was made aware of an alleged assault involving another woman. NBC News has not been able to verify the specifics of this lawsuit. Quote, using the advanced GPS technology available on the Uber app, the Uber defendants could have easily warned Uber passengers in the known danger zones directly through the Uber app in an Amber Alert style warning and could have targeted warning by location, the suit states. Yeah. All 3 women say they suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder and have experienced symptoms consistent with blank trauma syndrome. I'm going to be careful about using that word. The lawsuit comes a week, that's an email, comes a week after, yeah. So, okay, here's the thing. Now that I kind of made a little boo-boo while reading this and I said that looked bad. Here's the thing. I keep forgetting when I'm reading this that this driver is not driving for Uber. He's not. I mean, if this were an Uber driver and Uber did not deactivate this guy and he did this thing multiple times, and yes, Uber's responsible, but he didn't. This guy does not work for Uber. He is not on the platform. He is taking advantage of a situation which people are prone to do. Let me remind everyone watching this, you are ultimately responsible for your own safety in many, many situations. I've had this conversation with other people who just walk into the street and they say, oh, if they hit me, they're liable. Yeah, I don't care if they're liable. If you get hit by a 2,000-ton vehicle, or however much a car weighs, I don't know, at 45 miles per hour, it doesn't matter if he's in the wrong. What matters is you're dead. Don't you want to be alive? Look both ways before crossing the street. And when it comes to the Uber, do you want to not be assaulted and go home alive? Check the license plate number and ask for the driver's name, or let the driver know your name. Here's a good compromise. Check the driver's license. Make sure it matches along with the car. When you get to the driver, ask him, what's my name? Like, ask him to tell you what your name is. After those two verifications are done, and of course, if the picture matches the driver, then you can get in the vehicle. But that is your responsibility. Uber has given you the tools of which you can do this. The fact that people are not doing it is not Uber's fault. It simply isn't. In fact, I don't even know what else Uber can do. I know the QR code thing has been floating around for a little while where people match up the codes with the cell phones. But again, what if someone is calling an Uber for someone else? That is a market Uber no longer has access to. They won't want to do that. Now, of course, yeah, Uber should probably stress that this isn't strictly 100% safe from the get-go. They should at the very least be informing people who sign up for new accounts, like they should stress the importance of making sure that they get in the right vehicle and providing examples of what happens if you get into the wrong vehicle. You can frame it in a way like, look, there are drivers who do not work for us, who will pose for us. And now that South Carolina is passing that bill, which will probably become law, that says you have to have an illuminated sign, a lot of drivers will know, hey, I need to have a sign if I'm going to pose as an Uber driver. And it's going to give people a false sense of security. But you need to stress, bad things can happen if you don't take a few minutes to verify this is your driver. In this particular case, they are suing Uber for what is essentially their fault. And again, this is not victim blaming. What happened to them shouldn't have happened. A guy set out to commit a crime, and that's what happened. A crime was committed. But here's the thing. If your house is broken into and the cops come and you call your insurance agency and says, hey, I was robbed, they're going to send an insurance adjuster to kind of overlook everything. And one of the first things they're going to ask is, was the door locked? And if the answer is no, you don't get any of your claim because that's negligence. You get into a car without verifying if it's your Uber, not Uber's fault. That's your fault. And I'm actually getting a little tired of it. I mean, I was trying to be sensitive about all this time, but no, this is upsetting me at this point. So yeah. Uber will probably settle, though, to be honest, because their IPO is coming up and they just don't want the distraction. And they've got enough distractions as it is. But anyway, we're going to end it here. I now ask the question of you. Whose fault do you think this is? Is this the passengers? Is this Uber? Do you support the ladies filing the lawsuit? Do you support them but don't support the lawsuit? Or do you not support them at all? I would love to know. So comment below. like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way in helping the channel run smoothly and get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. And with gas prices going up, check out the Get Upside app below. You can get discounts on gas in pretty much right away just by signing up. And check out my Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel. It's a different channel, other different types of videos, but new content going up every week. And finally, if you want to talk to me or one of your fellow drivers, check out the Apptrepreneur Hangouts on Facebook. You have to be approved to join, but we've been improving most people. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.